let's actually talk about some issues that kind of hit home for people of color. This question specifically goes to that. It says, the poverty levels for Alexandria's African American population, which is approximately 8.12%, and Hispanic populations, which is approximately 10.47%, are 4 times those of whites in Alexandria. What is your vision, if any, for creating more job opportunities for these impoverished populations in this city? Should you create more job training opportunities? Mr. McDonald?
Absolutely. I mean, I think that we have this very sort of unusual and not necessarily good situation with very wealthy people and very, very poor people. And they need help. They need, and we have a safety net. We have, 35% of our budget goes to sort of community and social service type things. But it clearly, as I was looking through the budget today, we have all sorts of programs, from early childhood to job training to youth. I mean, it's a whole gamut of things, all of which is geared towards helping families prepare themselves and their kids for a better life and under very difficult circumstances. I think the city tries to do a very good job at this, but somehow I think we just don't have clear targets, again, in a lot of the objectives. We're not utilizing all the very limited resources we have to the best advantage. But yes, absolutely, I think we need to try to do more in terms of housing and employment and providing support to the most vulnerable of our citizens.
Mayoral?
A very good question, and for someone who has lived on, experienced both ends of the spectrum, having grown up poor, living in public housing, a single mom raising 3 kids, to get to where I am today, to not only have been successful in business and a property homeowner, but to have the opportunity to serve this great city as its first African-American mayor, I think it speaks volumes. And when I took this job on in 2003, one of the first things I said, and I say it every day wherever I am, particularly when I'm around young people, is the fact that I don't want to be, even though I've made history for myself in the city, I don't want to be the last person of color to have sat in this chair. And that the way you get there is through education and graduating from high school and doing all the wonderful positive things that you can do to give back in your community to help make a difference. As Mr. McDonald indicated, 1/3 of our budget goes to support programs for families and children. Can we do more? Should we do more? Yes. But the reality of it all is that diversity is very important to this city, and if we don't sustain and maintain that diversity, then Alexandria will not be the city that we cherish.
We're now going to move on to closing statements. Each candidate has 90 seconds. We'll begin with you, Mayor Ewell.
Well, thank you very much, and certainly, again, I thank everyone for being here. I have enjoyed serving this city for many, many years, and again, as I mentioned, from my early days on the school board to being elected to the city council in 1994, and in 2003 becoming mayor. I think what's important is that you have to look at my record of success and my leadership and my stewardship that I've provided, not only for members of to leading the city council, but what you do in terms of the community as a whole. This city has, as I mentioned earlier, has an awful lot to be proud of. Not only the projects that we've been able to move forward successfully, whether it's been the Woodrow Wilson Bridge project, the Patent and Trademark headquarters, but in building a new T.C. Williams High School and the now new public safety facility, addressing our transportation system infrastructure, but more importantly, the fact that we have a very positive record of community service, proven leadership on my part as the mayor for these past 9 years. I'm very committed and dedicated to continuing to be a team player, which is important in terms of leading the city council and leading this city, but more importantly, my 38 years in terms of dealing with budgets, both from the school system and the city government and nonprofit organizations. That speaks volumes. We're a well-run city. We're a safe city. We have the lowest crime rate we've ever had in 63 years. We had 1 homicide last year, no homicides to date this year, and again, it's not because of me, it's because of everything that we've done and will continue to do, working together for a One Alexandria, and I'm very proud of the fact that we have a high quality life that we want everyone to enjoy.
Mr. McDonald.
I grew up in Alexandria as well. I've been involved in civic life in Alexandria since the 90s. I've been involved in all sorts of things. And as a member of the city council, I certainly got to know the city. A lot of things that I didn't understand just growing up here. I think we're at a critical point in the history of Alexandria. I think we need to address a number of key planning issues in a much more comprehensive and careful way. I think the issues are piling up and the liabilities are getting greater. We've put most of our might say all of our bank in development of a certain type and let developers basically dictate a lot of the public policy. We need now as a city council and as a community to begin to plan much more carefully for all the things that make us a very livable and historic community. We're not Arlington. We don't need to be Arlington. We don't need to let Moody's dictate what sort of development we have. We need to develop carefully and thoughtfully and with the collaboration of the community. And I must say, I don't think we've done that at all. The waterfront plan was a mess. The Beauregard plan has been a disaster. We've had big planning projects after big planning projects which are generating enormous potential liabilities. And we need to be much more thoughtful about it. There's a great foundation here. I'm running because I feel we can do this a lot better than we have and that we must do it. And so I look forward to your vote on November 6th. Thank you very much.
I'll use my last rebuttal.
You've already used it twice, so we're all done.
We would.
Thank you.
We would like to thank all of the city council candidates. We would like to thank the candidates for mayor. We appreciate everyone coming out. We have done our absolute best to try and make this a relevant and pertinent debate. Lastly, Team Drew Lexus would like to say we're available for birthdays, bar mitzvahs, quinceaneras, funerals. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for your time tonight, and we wish you to have a good night and be safe on your way home. Thank you.